guys, and welcome back to my channel, Blue Nose Trading. My name is Tori Solis, and today I'm going to be doing a series review of my terracotta collection that I've been working on. It's a lot of chickens and a few bonsai pots, so let's get right into it. We're going to start with the ones that I consider seconds. They're going to be sold at the market and they will not be available in my online shop update. So if you're local to the Dallas area, you can find me at good local markets sometimes, and you can find these pots there while they last. So none of the seconds have names. The first pots are going to have names, but the seconds don't. So up first is this rooster pot here. I like how he came out for the most part. He's a second because I just didn't feel like he was up to par with the rest of them, although there's technically nothing wrong with this guy. Next up we have this one. I really like this one overall, but he had a few of his feathers chip off and they had to be reattached. So for that reason he is a second. But this one is a really nice second as far as seconds go, so I'll have him with me at the market. I want to break them. Alright, this lady here is a second because she has a small glaze defect on her beak over here. Nothing too serious, but not good enough for the online collection. And I'll be posting close-up videos of all of these chickens as YouTube shorts. You can find them, they're going to be releasing. Some of them early have already released, and some of them are going to be releasing on my countdown to my shop update. The shop update, if you're interested, is going to be previewed at torisolis.ceramics on Instagram, and then it will go live on April 21st. At bluenosetrading.com/ceramics, and the preview date is April 7th. So on April 7th, patrons will be able to shop the preview, but nobody else can shop my ceramics until April 21st. So let's carry on. This guy is a second. He also will not be in the shop update. He's going to be at the market. He's a second because one of his tail feathers fell off and had to be reattached, and also one of his wings chipped and also had to be reattached. I reattached them with slip at the greenware stage, so it's not too terrible, but it's just not up to par with the rest of the work. This bigger lady here, also a second. At greenware, her wingtip broke off, had to be reattached, and I ended up using the wrong clay body for the attachment, and it didn't. It's a second. So, and she's a little bit bigger. I like her shape a lot. Up next, we've got this big girl. There's technically nothing wrong with this one other than that the pot was early work and it's a little bit heavy. So for weight, she is a second due to her weight. Not that we aren't supportive of all weights, I just don't feel like putting her in the mail. It would cost too much. So, little heavy gal here is going to be a second. And then this is Noir, the black dragon pot bonsai planter. He's not exactly a second, but because of his spikes, he's too delicate to ship, and I'm not really willing to ship the dragons right now. So he is going to be at the market for those who are interested. I don't know how long he's going to last at the market, but he's not a second. He's just going to the market. Alright, now let's get into firsts. So all the firsts have been given names. So when you go onto my website to look at the shop update, they will be listed by their names. So starting with this small little rooster in the front, his name is Franklin. And this is Franklin. He is a tiny little pot. He's got great weight. He's very lightweight. Really enjoying how these guys turned out. These are all wheel thrown and altered sculptures. So I threw the bases on the wheel and then sculpted all the pieces together. I have some process videos making these. This is Darlene. Darlene is kind of like Franklin's girlfriend. Darlene is a first, and she will be available on my April 21st shop update at bluenosetrading.com/ceramics. which will be available for people who are on my Patreon at torisolis.ceramics on Instagram on April 7th. So this is Eustace. Eustace is a first. Eustace was one of the first chickens where I started working with this kind of feather design before I covered their whole bodies in it. And when he was in greenware, I wasn't really sure how I was going to like that feather design, and he actually turned out really great. And while I have Eustace, this is Muriel, and they're in love, and I haven't decided if I'm going to list them as a set or not yet, but I really feel like they should go together because, like, look at them. They're in love. So let's spotlight Muriel because she gets her time in the sun. She is the hen pot for when I was working on experimenting with the different types of feathers. She's got alternating of the black clay that I made as well as some of the red terracotta. These are all a an earthenware terracotta Longhorn Red by Armadillo clay. It's a Texas clay out of Austin, so they're Texas chickens made in Texas, made out of Texas, which is pretty cool. So this is Edgar. This one is my husband's favorite. He might be on the shop update or my husband might steal him. We'll see how it goes. I might let my husband have him, but this is Edgar. He came out really great. He's got good weight to him as well. Moving down the line, this is Penelope. Penelope has all of her feathers and they all came out perfect, and she's got the black and the red clay mixed together. So she will be available in the shop update coming on April 21st. So Penelope. Penelope actually has a sister who didn't fit up here. And this is her sister, Clarabelle. Clarabelle and Penelope, her little sister. We'll put Penelope down. So Clarabelle is not going to be for sale because I make these and therefore I'm entitled to keep one. So Clarabelle is the one that I will be keeping from this collection. She's my favorite and therefore she's mine. It just works like that, sorry. I make the rules. Alright, so moving on to the big girls. This is Eugenia. Eugenia is a big old girl and she can hold a nice sized plant. These are all planter pots, by the way, just in case I didn't say that already. These are all chicken planter pots, wheel thrown pots, and then sculpted and altered, hand painted. I did all of this myself. It's been a work in progress for a while. If you've been with the channel, you've been watching the progression of these pieces. I actually painted them all at once, so that didn't really get recorded, sorry. But this is Eugenia. She'll be available in the shop update. Up next, we have another big girl, a little bit wider and shallower of a pot. This is Theodosia. And Theodosia is one of my favorites as far as the painting goes. I really love her. Y'all are lucky that I'm putting her in the shop because this one almost became mine as well. The last of the chickens is Clarice, another big girl with a nice wide pot to hold your favorite plant. Terracotta clay, it breathes well. This is all raw. All the painting on these pots is underglazed, so this is Clarice. She's a pretty little hen. All right. And then I had a couple bonsai planters that aren't going to be in the shop update. They're going to be sold on a bonsai auction page on Facebook. So if you're involved in that, you might be able to see one. So I have this one, which is just kind of a tiny little pot with some carving and then underglaze on the bottom and on the sides. Simple, sturdy, elegant. We love us a good bonsai planter around here. And then this one, gotta be careful not to break, Noir. This is kind of the same sort of concept. It's got little feet. It's got splotches where I used a sponge to splotch on some underglaze, raw terracotta, wheel thrown pot. And then one more. This one here is when I started using these little nubbin feetsies, which you're going to see a lot more of these. This one has the black slippy clay on the side of it, but it's still all raw. There's no glazed use. It's all slips and underglazes for this series. Now, I have a few more that aren't glazed. So I have this guy, and this guy. They're just some basic terracotta pots, but the point for these is that I am going to be glazing them. I haven't gotten that far, and I don't know if they're going to be on this shop update or the next one, or if they're just going to go to the auction group. But I've got a Mako 532 turquoise and then a Mako 517. I think it's called Iron Stone. So these low fire glazes are going to go on those low fire extra pots. They just haven't yet. So that is the entire terracotta series that I've been working on for a long time now. I finally got my kiln up and running after doing so much maintenance and so much work, and it was so exciting to pull all of these chickens out of the kiln all completed and ready to get out there to you guys. So I've set my shop date. I'm working on my photography. I appreciate all of your support. I hope that one of you, and maybe a few of you who are my supporters, end up with one of these chickens in your collection. I have a little bit more terracotta that I'm going to be working through. Like, it's my recycled stuff that I'm working through, so I will be throwing a few more bonsai pots, and then I also have 4 more chicken bases for chickens that are in my damp box. So I will have a few more chickens sneaking through maybe in the next update. Maybe I'll just send them to someone who's a patron. You know, who knows? Depends on how I feel. So if you'd like early access to my shop update so that you can shop it before everybody else, the Patreon shop update, like the preview for everyone else, but the shop update for patrons is April 7th at torisolis.ceramics on Instagram.com. And you can become a patron of my work at patreon.com/bluenosetrading. You'll gain early access to my ceramic shop updates, as well as Discord rank and all kinds of fun stuff. Early access to all the YouTube videos, early access to exclusive content. Lots of great stuff. I really try to bring value to you guys for supporting my work and being part of my Patreon. I really appreciate all of you who take the time to do that. And if you just want to see my regular shop update, it's going to be on April 21st at bluenosetrading.com/ceramics. That was when everyone will be able to shop from whatever's left that the patrons haven't taken out of this shop update that you've seen here. All the seconds are coming with me to the markets. I participate in the Good Local Market in Dallas, Texas, so I'm not there every weekend, but you can PM me, DM me, whatever, and figure out when I'm going to be there, and I'll let you know, and you can get whatever's available from me at the market. So if you'd like to see a weekly art video, you can subscribe to this channel, Blue Nose Trading. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you next week.